Howdy folks, Craig Lavati here with the Houston Museum of Natural Science. For this episode of the Beyond Bones podcast, we talked to Scott Stevenson from the Education Department, and we're talking about summer camps, in person and virtual at HMNS. Howdy folks, Craig Lavati here with the Houston Museum of Natural Science. This is another edition of the Beyond Bones podcast. As always, I am joined by my co-host, I feel like I'm singing today, my co-host, Kat Havens. Kat, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's windy over here at the museum, but we're doing all right other than that. We're not going to blow away.
I don't want any of the dinosaurs to fall over.
Not with me sitting in front of it.
That would be an expensive issue there.
That's
our bread and butter. We can't have any of those fall down. You need to make sure that, it doesn't happen.
It's outside.
That'll be trouble, especially, close to the summertime. All right. This episode is really special. We're talking all about summer camps in person and virtual with our good friend, the director of summer camps, Scott Stevenson. How you doing, Scott?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
You got it, man. Thank you. Thank you. We had our little pre-show. We just finished up. We do a pre-show, if you guys don't understand, to sort of get the blood flowing. And so we were talking about all kinds of crazy stuff. And Scott was like, I want to talk about summer camps, please.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Right now, I promise.
So cool thing about Scott's been with the museum for 16 years.
Yes, sir.
What did you start? How did you get here?
Years ago, we had the Body Worlds exhibit, and I joined visitor services and was working those late nights with the Body Worlds exhibit when it was overnight. Spent about 4 months in visitor services and moved to the education department, was hired by Kathleen Havens. Started out with this Kat, yes. And she is the former director of summer camp. She still writes all of the curriculum. It's her baby. And I'm just running the program now. About 16 years ago, I started in the program and I assisted her. And then about 10 years ago, I started in the director role.
So the fun stories about summer camps and stuff at the museum are that you get to see these kids sort of come back as they age and grow up. So you've probably seen students become. Was Sahil Patel one of your? When
I joined, he was an eco teen. I've seen campers go from the 6-year-old classes, the 8-year-old classes, 10 years, become a volunteer. Keep coming back, be a TA later on. I mean, even the president of the museum, Joel Barch, started in our summer camp program taught by Dr. Carolyn Sumners. So, I mean, we have a long history of people moving along through the program and then working for us later.
So that's the cool part about our summer camps is that we're almost like a little, I don't want to say a minor league. We're like the little leagues for scientists in the world, this part of the world. Like, right. Sort of you hone your skills there, then you move up and branch out, and then you end up, hopefully curing cancer or discovering, new planets along the way. So it's just really exciting.
I feel like we're a farm team for scientists and for teachers.
Absolutely. Yes. A lot of teachers have gone through the program. Absolutely.
Yep. As kids and now teach and teaching science. So I think that's pretty cool too.
And I love being able to promote our summer camps. That's why you're here today. And not, you would be here otherwise. I just love talking to you anyway. But we're here talking about summer camps. And education is such a big deal at HMNS. And obviously, last year summer camps were a little bit different with COVID. But this year, we're back to doing in-person camps.
Yes, super excited to get people back in person. Can't wait to have them on site. We're going to be operating at half capacity. We're going to require masks for all our campers. We're going to socially distance, but we're going to have in-person camps. It's going to be as engaging as ever. We're going to look at our exhibits. We're going to explore the museum. We're going to do hands-on activities. So it's going to be a great summer. Looking forward to it. It's going to be safe and it's going to be fun.
And there are a few spots left over for Herman Park campus and for Sugarland, right? Yeah,
demand has been good this year. We do have spots left. In fact, last week we added some capacity to our summer camps. So we added summer camps for some of the key weeks that we were sold out. So please look for those spots. We added some junior paleontologist classes, and we added some others in the 6 to 7 and the 8 to 9 category. So those are available online to purchase now. Please take a look. So we have been selling them well. We do have some spots left. We have plenty of spots in the 10 to 12 category. So please, take a look.
So it's about what, ages 6 to 12, correct?
Yeah. So once you're finished with kindergarten, you're entering first grade, you're good to go. 6 to ages 12, so up to 7th grade. And the 6 to 7-year-olds are together in camps, 8 to 9 together, and then 10 through 12. So we do have those 3 age groups. And yeah, so the curriculum is going to be appropriate for those ages. And yeah, lots of fun, engaging camps this summer.
Let me
Kat, Kat, go ahead. Yeah.
No, you were going to ask me a question.
No, I was going to say, like, what are some of the coolest classes that you can throw kids into?
Oh, absolutely. I would say our most popular camp this year, honestly, is our paleontology camp. So whether it's the 6 to 7 junior paleontologists, where they're just learning about T-Rex, learning about how the dinosaurs lived, up to our 10 to 12-year-old class, the Paleontology 101, where the kids are going into more details about what a paleontologist actually does, going on mock digs, things like that. Those have been really popular. We have a lot of camps that sell quickly. Master Spy Camp is one of our favorite camps. Kids are learning to build spy gadgets. They're learning to disguises. They're building an alarm for their room. People love that. They do. They love to take the alarm home and wire up their bedroom so they know when someone's coming in.
They're learning to talk to your parents and to be sneaky, which is not the intention, but I think it's fun.
Right on time to be a teenager.
That's right. We have lots of camps. Lego Robotics is back and very popular. Kids are programming the robots. That's really popular. Camp Half-Blood and Camp Jupiter is great. So the kids are training in the fine arts of battle and learning about all that. So yeah, we have,
which makes me laugh that they are learning the fine arts of battle. We do sword fight.
Yes.
We do have people
safely.
Safely. Not dangerous summer camp.
No.
Yeah, with the pool noodle swords, and they learn all the different moves, and so it's real diverse from science to history. I mean, it really is cross curricular across the spectrum.
And it gets kids moving.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And that's the thing is that usually, I'm speaking for myself, but usually in the summer, kids get sedentary. That you throw a tablet in front of them and they're not, doing much, and so it's good to get them out and about. Now, Kat, your favorite class, you like to deal with like the CSI type stuff and like the bones and the digging for bodies and stuff.
That is my particular favorite. I've become very flexible in writing curriculum, however, and I credit the summer camp program for that, because you had to write from chemistry to robotics to CSI to dinosaurs, paleontology. But my love is absolutely the crime scene investigation classes. And we have for 8-9s, for 10-12s, and then for 10-12s, we have a second layer if you've already kind of graduated, right, Scott?
Yes.
Advanced CSI.
Yes.
Which is definitely, I even brought a little friend from there. He's our bloodless autopsy doll. He's got insides that, they learn about what, sorry. Wow. I've just totally lost my train of mind.
Forensic files for children.
No. Yes. A forensic pathologist or medical examiner would do, so they kind of look into the different scientific roles that are involved in it.
And I'm sure there's a whole generation of children now that have grown up, at home, with their parents watching, murder shows and stuff. And now, or, going to soccer practice, listening to a true crime podcast. And now they're going like, oh, okay. So that's what happens when the skull does that. No, there you go. That's
absolutely
the organs and, and decomposition and stuff. So the cool thing about our summer camp program is that there's also a virtual component, Scott. And that, that's very cool for a lot of parents. Obviously, maybe if they're not ready, to send their kids out of the house, some people are still, a little bit COVID sensitive. So they're, you can still do the virtual camps, at home.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Last summer, so we started the virtual program. We were able to, sort of pick out the experiments and activities that work best in a virtual setting. So the virtual summer camps are a slice of what camp is. You're going to be on a Zoom call for an hour a day for 5 days. You're going to have that same instructor. You're going to do hands-on activities. We're going to give you a supply box. It's going to be mailed to your house. And yeah, you're going to do fun hands-on activities over the Zoom from the comfort of your home. And it's a great program. We worked really hard last year to figure out which activities and which experiments worked best in the virtual setting. So we think we have that down. And we've added a bunch of capacity to our virtual camps, and it's a great option if you're not comfortable yet coming in person to the museum, or maybe you're out of Houston and you want to kind of tap into what we're doing at the Houston Museum of Natural Science. Absolutely, please join us.
Yeah, we love it when you have like kids, from other parts, out of the area that maybe can't go to the museum very much. They've been to the museum a few times. you can still, visit the museum, learn from the museum at a distance.
Absolutely. Yeah. Some, there's areas of Texas that aren't serviced by a great science museum like we have. So we're happy to provide that.
And I would also add too, like in most of the classes that, a lot of the activities and things like that, it's only an hour a day, but a lot of them can kind of go beyond and the kids can continue to work with them and do other things. We call it asynchronous, right? On their own. But, we do finish it up and have like the complete program, but there's always ways and ideas that the instructors give for extension at home too, which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah, plenty of stuff to do outside of the hour on the Zoom. But yeah, so it's you're spending 5 hours at the museum and camp, and at home you're spending an hour a day. So yeah, there's plenty of time to do other things. So yeah, it's a good option.
And it's training kids for the future to be stuck on Zoom calls during the day.
Oh, I hope not. We're happy to do the virtual summer camps, but we would love to have everybody back soon.
Yeah, it's I guess was it in 2019? It was my first experience, my first taste of summer camp season at the museum when we were all still in the house, still in the office over there, and it was just fun seeing just tons of kids everywhere. Every time I turn a corner, there'd be some kid searching for something, and it was just a lot of fun over there. And I do miss that. That was a lot of fun that summer, just teaming with life. Parents dropping their kids off, picking them up. Yeah.
The museum is alive with the kids. Absolutely. And you mentioned earlier, getting kids active, doing things. I don't want to, these camps are active. You're not doing a sport. You might be walking the museum halls. You might be outside doing an activity or experiment, but it is active. You are moving around, and there's plenty to see and do. So, you're engaged not just in a classroom setting. We're using the wonderful added value of our museum exhibits and our butterfly center, our giant screen theater, the planetarium, all of that is included in summer camp. Kids will be visiting all of that.
It's just like a big campus and we utilize everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything we have to offer, we try to include. Yes, sir.
I remember coming down one of the stairwells one time. I think, Kat, this was your doing. Coming down the stairwell, and under the stairwell, there was a full-size skeleton, in some dirt, and this in a little numbers. And I was like, oh, okay. Just kept on walking normally at a normal
rain week, and we had to be able to do the covert burials and how to unearth bodies. And so being as creative as our team is, we figured out how to do that inside and make it realistic. So that is what you came in on for sure.
Yeah, it was funny. I was like, at any other job, you would be like, oh my God, what's going on? But I was just like, oh, okay. That makes sense.
We're like, why are they dropping things from the third floor stairwell? Like, what is happening? Well, they're measuring how high the different bouncy balls bounce. Duh.
Are y'all still doing the monster makeup filmmaking class?
We are.
That is a lot of fun too, because I've seen kids walking around the museum dressed like monsters.
Yeah, that'll be at our Sugarland Museum this summer. Okay. So we do have summer camps down in Sugarland as well. That's a great program as well. And the movie Monster Makers definitely be there, and they'll be making some scary monsters.
So
go ahead.
So what I think is so wonderful about our summer camp program, and what I've always been really proud of, is how diverse the topics are. Like, no matter what kind of kid you are, even if you're not super into hardcore science, if you're maybe more of a history person or more, there's something for everybody. Would you kind of tell? We do have diverse topics, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you can study, you can do the traditional sciences, chemistry, physics, that kind of thing. We also have, social studies camps. You have camps based on the food preparation. I mentioned the spy camp earlier. We have themed camps, that touch on, like I said, the Camp Half-Blood and the Camp Jupiter. You can study, animals. You can study. There's a variety of subjects. It's a big program. You can find your niche. There's a subject here for everyone. And if you want to come keep joining us for all summer, you can do a lot of different subjects. One week you might study, the science of illusion and magic tricks. The next week you're doing space exploration. The next week you're doing robotics. The next week dinosaurs. So you can really, kind of find your thing and or explore a new topic. I mean, we do have a lot of stuff.
Awesome.
I was going to. When does summer camps at Herman Park? When do they kick off?
So the week of June the 7th, we're kicking off our in-person camps. We'll start our virtual camps the week of June 1st. But you asked about in-person. So at Herman Park, we're starting the week of June the 7th, and we'll go through August the 13th.
Right before school usually goes back in session.
Yeah, I believe HISD goes back the 23rd. So there's a week between that.
Camps start when?
They start June 1st. So Tuesday, June 1st, the day after Memorial Day.
Okay.
What I noticed too that, there's the audiences are a little bit different for Herman Park versus Sugarland. Sugarland, the families out there are very, very determined and very, very learned. That community out there is just so diverse. And I know that summer camps, they just eat them up out there. They
really do. And it's great. It's it's in the neighborhood. And for some of those folks, it's close by. It's easy to get in and out of. So it's a great resource down there. We love being in Sugarland. The museum is wonderful. The exhibits are great. It's a tremendous experience, and it's close to home. And so we're really happy to be out there. There are some of the Sugarland families that are, commute into the city, and we're still a great option in Herman Park if that's the case. We get a lot of parents who, work in the city, and so their kids, might live in the suburbs, but they're coming downtown to see us in the summer.
And then there's all kinds of fun stuff to do in the Montrose area, after school, you can, go to the park, you can do all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah. Go eat $500.
Go to zoo, right? Yeah, all that. Sure.
There we go.
And I think our parents take advantage of that for like their week or weeks here, like kind of make it, special. And we have kids that actually come in and stay with family members, like aunts and uncles and grandma and grandpa.
We do, yeah.
They come to camp. They come from out of town and they come to camp.
Absolutely. Yeah, the grandmother might live in Houston. The kids come from Austin. They stay with her. They go to camp. Yeah, we have a lot of that. Definitely.
What's the farthest you've ever sent one of the camp packages to?
Last year we sent a few out of the country. I'm not going to encourage that this year. We had a little trouble with the mailing out of the country, but we did reach a few people in Mexico last year. Our virtual camps are definitely open to anyone in the continental United States.
Is there like a time constraint on that just to get the materials to the people?
We'd like you to book it 14 days in advance.
Just so if you can get your supplies and there's no worrying on the, having what you need.
Right. So we do require a little bit of advanced planning there. They will fall off sale at that 14-day mark. So we do need you to purchase that camp prior to that 14-day deadline. And that just gives us time to prepare your supply box and make sure it gets to you in the mail.
And that's good because parents like me were signing up legitimately sometimes the day before for my kid because we just couldn't make up our mind. But there is a benefit. Obviously, you'll have more choices if you can sign up a little earlier for virtual.
Yeah, you will. And you're more than welcome to sign up at the last minute for in-person because everything is at the museum. Please come on down.
So it's April, I guess, when people usually watch this, it'll be probably Friday, April 30th or so. So you have about a month or so,
absolutely,
before camp, but definitely, try to get your, get your kids lined up for that too. And also earlier this week, we were saying that there's a need right now for teachers, correct?
Yeah, we're still hiring teachers. I do have some spots available. We're getting there on the schedule. If you're a teacher out there, you are interested in teaching in person or perhaps virtual summer camp, please reach out to us. We still have some spots we're looking to fill.
What are some of the qualifications for that sort of thing? Would that be like somebody that's a teacher already or that maybe just graduated college to be a teacher? That's a good, summer program, I guess, for them.
Right. For our teachers, we would like them to be certified. Full certification, or at least in the process of being certified. And we'd like them to have some classroom experience. Public school, private school, that doesn't matter. Just someplace with classroom experience, the certification. If you're a professional in a particular field, if you're an engineering expert, robotics expert, or something like that, we might be able to work with that as well.
That'd be cool too, because that'd be somebody with real world experience too that can pass that on, to a younger person, or maybe even get them ready for something that these industries are always changing, right?
Absolutely, yes.
And I would mention too that so many of our instructors have returned year after year after year because they are really invested in this program emotionally as well as professionally. So I think that speaks volumes as well. That they like to come here. They love what we do. They're real engaged. They make things exciting.
Yeah, the vast majority of our teachers, like Kat said, have been here a long time. Very committed, know the curriculum already, know the museum. Perhaps they were a volunteer in the past. Perhaps they, or a full-time teacher somewhere. But yeah, these folks are committed to the museum and really, really bring a lot to these camps.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure that we promote all this too to the Catalyst group, which is our sort of like our I want to say young people, but now I'm not a young people anymore. But it's like, our group, we have like, our fun people, our 20-year-old, people like 20s, to their early 30s that, they like to party still. And when we still had, parties at the museum, Catalyst were part of that. So Catalyst, if you're watching this and you're listening to this, definitely, if you know something and you have some free time this summer, talk to us about being a teacher. Definitely it'll get you more time around the museum. You get to check things out. You get to meet people like Kat and Scott, and you get to pass something on to the next generation.
And I will say that Catalyst is my new talent farm. I've met some really people who are excited, who are professionals in the field. Most recently has been a young medical examiner that wants to help, and I'm like, you want to help? Come in, help us, bring an even more sort of real world aspect to it in an appropriate way, obviously. But we have people that come in and engage the students talking about what they do for a living, if it's an appropriate add-on for the camp. Not every camp, but.
Yeah, that's fantastic. What a resource they are.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So much excitement at they're young, they're new in the field, and just bursting with wanting to be able to, excite kids about it.
And that's what we want in the classroom. We want somebody who's engaging, who has the knowledge, who's willing to pass it on, who's fun, hands-on. That's exactly the type of person we want.
And it's the summer. You should be having fun. This is not, you're not being punished for this, this is a fun thing to do. And also too, and, I'm not a parent, but I think I can speak for some parents that probably during the summer, you don't want your kids' brains to atrophy. You want them to keep on learning. And then, that just brings them farther ahead, when school does start. Craig,
but it's not school. And I always do that. And Scott is, I think, in agreement with me on this. Mm-hmm. It's learning by doing, and you're creating this excitement, and this information is going in their head, and they don't even really realize they're learning things.
Yeah,
they're absolutely.
It's a little bit more free form. It's more free form. You're not, you don't have to wear a uniform.
Right.
You can smile, you can jump around. Obviously with COVID, but you're going to be wearing a mask.
No, it's all about experiencing something new. It's about having fun. It's about engaging. You can tell how excited the kids are when they're talking to their parents when they get picked up. They're all speaking in the high voices. They're talking really fast, and they're really excited about what they did. And they're showing their parents everything they did.
And your parents are dropping you off at the Science Museum for a week straight.
Right. That's great. That's so great.
A lot of fun.
So Scott, the summer camps are a really good option for parents who may have to work, right? Who need somebody to watch their kid from, 8 to 5:30. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yes, absolutely. So the summer camp itself, the curriculum part of the camp is from 10 to 3, but we offer extended day. So kids can start as early as 8 a.m. and stay as late as 5:30. The fact that the museum is centrally located in Herman Park around our business centers really helps working parents. They can drop their kids off, they can pick them up and be at work all day. So a lot of parents build us into their summer schedule for that reason. The kids are having a lot of fun. They know that the parents know that they're having a lot of fun, but they still have that coverage outside of those camp hours, early in the morning and later in the afternoon. So they can, like I said, drop off early and pick up late. It works really well for those parents. We get a lot of.
I can totally appreciate that.
Yes.
When my kid was younger, I needed it. So awesome.
And it's constructive. It's constructive time.
It is. Parents who work in the med center, it's really convenient. Parents who work downtown, really convenient.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I know we all got things we got to do. Scott, thank you again for joining us here on the Zoomcast, talking about pleasure. Summer camps.
Thanks,
summer camps, guys. Summer camps in person and virtual. Check it out at our Herman Park campus. That's the downtown campus for some of you guys. And also the Sugar Land campus out there in, the land of sugar. And check it out. It's a lot of fun. Pricing and everything like that's going to be on the website. And who knows, maybe you can get lucky and meet Kat Havens at one of those classes, guys.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, everybody, sign up your little kiddos for summer camp. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And keep those brains a-growing over the summer.
That's right.